Hi everyone, my name is Sabrina Mir and I am a teaching assistant with the Young Scientists Program at USC. Welcome to week 6 of the special education YouTube videos. This week we'll be learning about seed germination. So our question for this week is, what do plants need to grow? I want all of you guys to pause this video, write down the question and make some predictions. Think about plants that you might have seen or plants that you might have grown, and write down the things that you think they need to grow bigger. We have 2 key vocabulary words for this week. The first one is germination. Germination is when a plant or another organism grows from a seed. So this week we'll actually be germinating our own seeds in the experiment. So the next vocabulary word is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is when plants and other living organisms use the sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water to make their own food. Many plants are actually autotrophs, so this means that they use energy from the sunlight to make their own food. Humans aren't autotrophs, right? We don't use the sun to make our own food, instead we eat. But plants sometimes are autotrophs. So for photosynthesis in plants, the first thing that plants need is sunlight, so they get energy from the sun's rays. They also need carbon dioxide. Have you guys ever heard of carbon dioxide before? Carbon dioxide is the gas that we actually breathe out. Humans breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, whereas plants breathe in carbon dioxide. The last thing that they need is water. So they need water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide in order to make oxygen. So plants actually make the oxygen that we breathe, and also glucose. So glucose is a fancy word for sugar. Plants make glucose, which is what gives them energy. Plants also need things like soil, but photosynthesis is when they use sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water to make glucose or sugar and oxygen. Okay, so for this experiment, you'll need a few materials. You'll need a seed. I used beans for this experiment. You'll also need a Ziploc bag, 1 paper towel, and some water. So I will show you guys how to set up the seeds for them to germinate. Okay, so I have a sandwich-sized Ziploc bag and I'm taking 1 paper towel and wetting it. It doesn't have to be dripping wet. I actually wrung it out a little bit so that it was not dripping and put it in the bag. And then I just went ahead and put some seeds over top. I used green beans, but you can use any type of seed that you would like. And then I just went ahead and closed the bag afterwards. Here are the seeds after a few days. I think this was on day 2. So you can see they started to sprout a little bit. Then there was day 3. Then was day 4. This was day 5. Day 6. And then this was near the end of day 6. And this was about day 7, and this was day 8. Each seed will take a different amount of time to sprout. My seeds took about 2 days to sprout, so don't worry if yours don't sprout right away. So beans are a type of seed, and just like any living organism, they need nutrients to grow. Even though we will be germinating our seeds in a bag, usually plants grow in the soil, right? So what do you guys think is a way for plants to grow faster? One thing that you can give plants to grow faster is fertilizer. Fertilizer is a chemical or other natural substance that's put in the soil to help the plants grow more quickly. Our diverse scientist for this week is a female American botanist by the name of Jane Colden. Botanists actually study plants. Colden lived in the 1700s and is actually known as the first female botanist in what's now the United States. She lived on her parents' 3,000-acre farm and tried to classify all kinds of plants that lived there. She actually made 300 line and wash drawings during her time as a botanist. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want all of you guys to watch your plants over the next week, make some drawings, take some pictures, and see how they grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm excited to see you guys next week for week 7.